Persistence is very important. You should not give up unless you are forced to give up. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. Don't confuse education with schooling. I didn't go to Harvard, but people who work for me did. You have to be pretty driven to make it happen. Otherwise, you will just make yourself miserable. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. I take the position that I'm always to some degree wrong, and the aspiration is to be less wrong. When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" And that was a huge bet he made, and it worked. You shouldn't do things differently just because they're different. They need to be better. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. If something is important enough, even if the odds are stacked against you, you should still do it. I always have optimism, but I'm realistic. It was not with the expectation of great success that I started Tesla or SpaceX. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is a disaster. If you want to grow a giant redwood, you need to make sure the seeds are okay, nurture the sapling, and work out what might potentially stop it from growing all the way along. The idea of lying on a beach as my main thing just sounds like the worst. It sounds horrible to me. I think most of the important stuff on the internet has been built. There will be continued innovation, for sure, but the great problems of the internet have essentially been solved. I wouldn't say I have a lack of fear. In fact, I'd like my fear emotion to be less, because it's very distracting and fries my nervous system. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. The problem is that at a lot of big companies, process becomes a substitute for thinking. You're encouraged to behave like a little gear in a complex machine. The secret to innovation is iteration. I do think there is a lot of potential if you have a compelling product and people are willing to pay a premium for that. I don't spend my time pontificating about high-concept things. I spend my time solving engineering and manufacturing problems.